So it's been about a week since I released that Rekieta video, which I've got to say was one of the most poorly timed videos I've ever released. Because within a couple of hours of releasing that video, Nick Rekieta, his wife Kayla, and his fleshlight April had all been arrested. They'd been arrested for drug possession and possession of firearms while using drugs, or something like that. I'm not a lawyer. Now, it was on the TISM podcast that I do with Jeremy from The Quartering and Count Dankula that we saw Nick's arraignment, or bail hearing, whatever they call it. And it was grim. There'd been a charge added for child neglect or something like that. And yeah, it was just sad.
Count one is second-degree possession, 25 grams or more of cocaine or methamphetamine.
25 grams.
This is in violation of Minnesota Statute 152.022, subdivision 2, print A.
We're going down,
The
boys.
maximum sentence for that count is 25 years in prison and/or a $500,000 fine.
Whoa.
Count
Holy
two
fucking shit.
is possession of ammunition or any firearm with the user of controlled substances. This is a gross misdemeanor, so the maximum sentence is 364 days in the Kino County Jail and/or a $3,000 fine. Count three, endangerment of a child.
There you go.
When
Told ya.
present with a sale or
Told ya.
possession of a controlled substance. Again, a gross misdemeanor. Maximum
Do all your coke out, Nick, and kill yourself, you stupid motherfucker.
No!
I'm going to warn everyone again. This is a court proceeding. If you were in a courtroom with me, I would remove you. So,
Oh
any violation of that will be removed. Ms. Black.
Anyway, the internet moves really quickly, and in the weeks since then, a lot has happened. There's been internet lawyers crying about this shit. There's been huge infighting between Rekieta fans. There's been nose guarding, ball washing, condemnation, the works. And the most recent thing is a police affidavit in relation to the search of Rekieta's place was released. Yeah, his place was searched, his door was beaten down by the cops, and 3 adults were arrested. Nick, his wife Kayla, and this bimbo from that hot tub stream, Imholte's wife. Anyway, again, I'm gonna get Sugar Tits in here to explain this and sort of go through this. But like I said, this is grim, it's dark. I don't know how funny and entertaining this is gonna be, but I feel like I've got to do the follow-up. Anyway, let's go.
Gonna dip his balls in his girl's vagina.
Alright, so I don't have any real structure to this, and we're not going to go into massive detail because heaps of people have done real long streams on this, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So there's certainly better and more detailed sources for info on this. But like I said, I thought we better do a follow-up because people have asked for one.
I'm Aaron Imholte, the host of the Steel Toe Morning Show, or if you dislike me, the biggest cuck on the internet.
Alright, so we're going to talk about Aaron Imholte. He's the guy from the hot tub stream. You know, the swinger stream that you saw?
Yeah.
Now, he was involved in this. He was part of the swinger polycule, or whatever the fuck you want to call it. And he was interviewed by the Kino Casino the other day. Now, I will say this was before this recent affidavit has come out. So there was some sort of serious dark shit in the affidavit that we didn't know about yet, that obviously Aaron knew about. But like, he's been going on this circuit of podcasts and live streams. And I've got to say, he's making some bank out of it, which is kind of, I mean, look, we're going to make money out of this video, but like when you're an involved party and it's this fucking disgusting and gross, it just feels a bit fucking, ugh, you know what I mean?
So he's been riding the popularity train a bit.
Yeah. Which is going to disappear in, you know, when this case is over.
Just in regards to what he said then, I don't dislike him. I don't really know enough about him to dislike him, but I still think he's a cuck.
Yeah, he's a cuck. So anyway, I've selected some clips from the Kino Casino interview.
Okay.
And some other stuff, so let's have a look.
I remember one common thing with this relationship was that I was the one who was always going, hey, can we go do some shit? Hey, can I go get this? Can I go to... I was
You
restless.
fed the kids, right? You fed them
to get out of the fucking house and do some shit.
Wait, where were the kids during all this, by the way?
They would wake up later, but they would still come and knock on the bedroom door.
So the kids would come and knock on the bedroom door. So all of these adults are sleeping in the master bedroom.
Oh.
And the kids, 5 kids, I believe they're aged 6 to 16. 5 kids are knocking on mummy and daddy's door, going, hey, what the fuck's going on? You know, are you going to wake up, guys?
Whoa.
By the way, we slept 4 of us to a bed.
What the?
Like, we all slept in the same bed.
Yeah,
I would sleep with Kayla. Nick would sleep with April.
Okay.
Okay, so that was the sleeping
That
arrangement.
was the sleeping arrangement.
What the fuck?
Yeah.
How did 4 people... It was probably, what, a king-size bed, maybe?
Yeah, I mean, we've got a king-size bed, and I love it when our kid wakes up and you go and sleep in her bed with her, because I mean, we're not big, huge, fat people, but
No.
like, I'd rather have the bed to myself. 4 people,
Yeah.
even on a king size bed, that's fucked.
Yeah. That's
It can't be comfortable.
Yeah.
Although Nick is a skinny guy and his wife's really small. Did you know, I forget where I saw it. I don't have a clip lined up for it, but this Aaron guy was saying in something I recently saw that, because he like fell in love with Kayla, Nick's wife, right? They had like a connection. They were soulmates or whatever.
connection, my ass.
He was saying that he would congratulate her anytime she got over 100 pounds
Of coke?
in weight.
Just kidding. That what? Why? He
100
wanted her to get fatter.
No, 100 pounds is fucking, what, 45 kilos or something? That's like a fucking, like a
Malnutrition,
12-year-old.
yeah.
11 or 12-year-old should be, not even that, some 10-year-olds would weigh 45 kilograms.
Yeah.
That's horrible.
It's like almost like borderline Skeletor, bitch.
Now, I believe she is very, very short, but I mean, 45 kilos, fuck.
It's very light.
It's incredibly light. So anyway, my point being, they are small people, I suppose, but it's still fucking seedy.
April and I on the ends. Nick over by April, Kayla over by me. So sometimes in the morning, the kids would knock on the door and say either I'm hungry or this or that.
They'd knock on the door of mum and dad's bedroom while they had their swinging couple in there. They're doing drugs and shit in the bathroom, and they've got to knock on the door to say, we're hungry, can we have something to eat? I mean, that's so fucked. I feel so sorry for these kids. And I don't want to, this video isn't meant to be like preachy and, oh my God, fucking, they're such bad people, but they are bad people. I mean, fuck. Like, that's just, I feel so sorry for them.
Yeah. So would his kids be in the house too? Did they all have
I think
the kids
sometimes,
together?
I think sometimes, but I get the impression that he was like not a huge drug user. He did like 4 lines of coke and he was like, oh, I've got a fucking problem. I need to go to, I mean, 4 lines of coke. Come on, man.
How big is their house? Like,
It must be pretty big. Like, Nick's got a bit of money.
Yeah,
Apparently it's
yeah.
on acreage and that. Like, they
Okay,
hunt
yeah.
deer and shit on the
I was
property.
gonna say, I don't think we could get away with having like fucking couple of orgies in this house and not you don't have it being unnoticed.
Get away with I don't even want to think about it. Get away with it. Fucking Jesus.
4-bedroom house.
I would say more times than not, I would go out and I would get them some food, something like that, because everyone else got up a little later than I did. Then there would be times where there would be fighting in the bedroom, or, you know, people were doing whatever they were doing in the bathroom, and someone would want something, and I would, more often than not, it was usually me who went and got it.
Like I said, isn't that incredibly sad?
Yeah.
So the adults are in the master bedroom, all fucking each other. They're in one bed. They're going to the bathroom, doing drugs, having arguments, and the kids are knocking at the door saying, can we have something to eat? I mean, it's no wonder there was a child neglect thing on that fucking, on his arrest sheet, or on her arrest sheet, sorry.
Yeah, it's really the worst part of this whole story is how the kids have been caught up in this shit.
Yeah, so anyway, he does this interview, and then I think this is a day later or a couple of days later or something. This Aaron guy's doing his show, the Steel Toe Morning Show, and he gets a copy of this affidavit, which is written up by the cops to say this is what happened. This is the circumstances of the search and the arrest. So this is him reading it. And I've got to say, we're focusing on this Aaron guy because that's where all the news is coming from. That's where all the updates are coming from, because Nick's sort of radio silent, kind of. He hasn't done any streams or anything. He's saying some snarky shit on like locals and Twitter and that sort of thing, but we'll see a bit of that later.
Yeah, he was very hush-hush during that arraignment thing, wasn't he?
Well, yeah, kind of.
How was the bombing of the...
Oh, yeah.
People saying N-word, N-word, and like...
The Zoom bombing, yeah,
Oh
that was
my
fucked.
God.
I had to take down the TISM podcast and edit that out because, yeah, you can't leave that on YouTube.
There's a game to play here. There's a system to
He
play.
knows
into
it. In
at
his head,
this
he
point.
knows.
Oh my God!
Whoa.
People are getting into
You
the
knew
live
this was
stream.
coming, people. But yeah, it depends on how
that as I
Nick plays
came
into the
back.
system.
Holy fuck. Oh my
And,
God.
you can-
And the judge is just like, if you were in my courtroom, I'd have you thrown out.
Yeah.
Like that's meant to be threatening.
He got trolled. Oh my God. He would have known beforehand, even like before the prank Zoom calls started coming in, that people were watching it.
Well, I mean, the judge has probably never experienced that. I mean, he's probably like a small county judge.
Yeah.
He's working the docket at like a local jail in this small county. I doubt he's ever had like the internet come down on his Zoom Zoom courtroom, you know what I mean?
And I think the first prank call that came through was the N-word, and then I remember looking at Nick's face when he heard it. And
it was like behead N-words or something like that. It was pretty
like
spicy.
it clicked. Like, okay, there's a lot of people watching this, and then his head sort of just buried down. Like it's like, I'm gonna get this over and done with.
Anyway, we're not meant to be laughing. So here's Aaron reading the affidavit. This is really sad.
This is just about him. So let's go to case background. On May 16th, 2024, Candy Ojai County Sheriff's Office Sergeant Dave Nestor received a report regarding possible child neglect and controlled substance use. The reporter indicated that Nicholas Robert Rekieta resides at the address. He resides at the residence with his wife, Kayla Christine Rekieta, date of birth.
And that's all blurred out, that shit, because there's obviously addresses and stuff on it.
Sensitive details.
Yeah. I mean, his address has been doxed to high heaven. Like, it's just all over the fucking internet. Not that anyone should go search it or do anything with it, obviously. But it's just, I mean, play stupid games, man. Fucking hell.
And 5 children, ages 6 to 16. The reporter indicated that 4 people from their church, 4 people from their church had gone to him reporting neglect to the children, possible controlled substance use, and a questionable relationship with an additional couple. So people in the community
already sniffed it all out.
So this is a matter of public record now, like in the legal system, that he was swinging and shit. So this Aaron guy is actually, he's named in the case now. He's not just some guy that can scurry away. And here he is just fucking blurting it all out. Just saying everything. Here's my story, probably for fucking a share of super chats or, you know, a few $100 or something to appear on a stream.
Maybe he figures like, what's left to lose? My name's out there. My name's been besmirched.
Yeah, I know.
People are calling me a cuck left, right, and centre.
I can kind of get that mentality. I'm just saying, like, how fucked is Nick? So he's got, because that April chick, this dude's wife, she was released without charge from the jail. So there's a good chance she might have rolled over on him and said, look, I'll talk, I'll tell you all about the drugs and the kids and all that.
Yeah.
But I don't get in trouble. So there very well could be April and definitely this guy just all over the internet. Just, this is what happened. Here's all the juicy stories. I mean, the cops are going to be watching this.
Yeah.
Well, the cops have been watching this. They've been watching Nick's streams at least because it's mentioned in this affidavit.
It's crazy to me, the whole idea of being a face on the internet and just going off the rails and thinking nothing's going to come of this.
I know. And especially for like a lawyer, a guy who had, you know, solid, responsible adult takes type thing. You know, he was like really respected. It's like this guy knows what he's doing. He knows what he's talking about. He's talking about serious topics. And now he's just fucking, his career's fucked. I mean, I think when we spoke about this last week, we said he could do a redemption arc. But that's the video that we did last week. That was fucking hours before his arrest. So that was before any of the confirmed drug stuff came out, before any of this child neglect shit came out. The basis of our video was just I'd watched his drunken stream, his pill stream, whatever the fuck it was. And I was just saying, whoa, pump the brakes, lad. This is fucked. So yeah, he gets arrested. All this shit comes out. And now Aaron is just fucking screaming everything from the rooftops.
So, yeah. So to all the people who are going, Aaron's dropping dimes, Aaron's ratting. Apparently the whole fucking world knew about it. We didn't do a great job of hiding it. It was reported that Nicholas is a social media blogger and he and his wife Kayla had befriended hosts from a different local social media blogger. Those individuals were identified as Aaron Michael Imholte, that's me, and April Diane Imholte. Your affiant knows personally these are personalities of the Steel Toe Morning Show. Oh my God, was the detective a fucking fan of this shit?
No, he's just looked into it. I don't think this show has too many
detective
fans.
Work.
Yeah. But here's this guy laughing about, was the detective a fan? Fuck off. Look at what's about to come up next.
Oh, boy.
Your affiant knows personally these are personalities of the Steel Toe Morning Show, which used to be in St. Cloud, Minnesota radio. The fucking detective was a fan of the radio show.
Never meet your heroes. Never meet your heroes.
Yeah, really?
Really?
I mean, that was a belly laugh. I thought that thing was going to come up now, but it's about to get real serious.
I know they're joking and everything. Who says that? Never meet your heroes.
Oh, this is embarrassing for me. Oh, this is so fucking bad. However, as of recent years, the show has been a social media entertainment show strictly online based. It was reported that the Imholtes may have been staying with the Rekietas and the home was in disarray and cluttered. It was reported from a church preschool teacher that the children had... Oh, no.
It was reported by a church preschool teacher. So all this shit to do with the kids, right, has come from a preschool teacher at the church fucking co-op school or whatever the fuck it is. So in all likelihood, it's the youngest one or something that has led on in some way. That, I mean, this thing mentions they're regularly hungry. They can stay in their clothes for 3 or 4 days and start to smell.
And kids have no filter too. If you ask a kid what's going on in the house, you know,
Yeah.
you're going to spill the beans if they know stuff.
Isn't that sad, though? A preschool teacher has told, I think, the pastor at the church, and then the pastor, because he's a mandated reporter.
The kids will probably know that all their adults were sleeping in the same room together.
Yeah. Of course they did. They knocked on the door asking for food in the morning.
So
I mean, these guys, I have no fucking remorse for them. I really don't. Like, innocent until proven guilty and all that, but fucking hell, we all saw the downfall. Like, for almost a year, I think, it's been obvious that something's going on with Nick, something fucked up.
yeah.
And all this comes out, and it's just fucking, ugh.
And you were worried just looking at him, like seeing his health deteriorate.
Well, I showed you several. It wasn't just that last massive belter of a stream. It was several streams. I said to you, look at Nick Rekieta. He's fucked. Look how fucked he is. He's all anorexic and he's fucking emaciated. His skin was yellow half the time, like jaundiced or something. His eyes were... I think his eyes were the biggest giveaway. Like, they were always, if not bloodshot, they were sort of grey, if you know what I mean. You know how eyes are meant to be white and full of life, but his eyes were like grey and dull and just looked sad.
This one's gonna suck.
Yeah, hang your head in shame, motherfucker. You deserve it.
You got cucked into doing this. Your wife convinced you into doing this.
No, he convinced his wife.
Wait. I thought she was the one who came to him and said, oh, let's do the swinging. And he was, like, resistant to it.
Apparently it started... I think we're going to hear about this in another clip too. Apparently it started with the two girls, like, lesing off, having a pash. And then Nick grabbed his wife's leg and it was like, oh, that was weird. What do we do? What are we doing here?
No.
You know? It sends shivers up your spine, doesn't it?
Weird, isn't it?
What's going on here? Fucking hell.
Oh, guys, I'm going to warn the audience in advance. This is going to be a tough read for me. This is going to really make me feel like the piece of shit I am. We're going to... guys, I'm just going to tell you, and Johnny, I'm going to tell you in advance, I think I'm about to have a come to Jesus moment.
Okay.
Reading this. Because I read ahead a little bit.
Yeah.
Fuck. God, am I a fucking... God, I'm a piece of shit.
Yep. And you'll see PPP get stuck into him about this too.
This is the arc. He's playing with it. He's coming out being like, I'm a piece of shit. He's kind of doing like his redemption thing now, don't you think?
Well, he is, but for fucking super chats. You know what I mean? It just makes it all a bit more skeezy. Like I said, here we are talking about it. We'll make money out of this video. But it's not like something we did and then we're going, oh, I'll reveal all about this fucked up shit we did. We're commenting on stuff that happened on the internet.
Yeah.
Stuff we've heard about on the internet. This guy's like, yeah, I was involved and it was really fucked up and, you know, send in your super chats, guys.
I think he showed me a live stream he did recently and he was getting all of these really hateful super chats and he was still reading them all out and being like, yep, cool.
Yeah, I was in his chat the other day and asked him a question and he sort of just brushed it off. I think I've got that saved.
I know, I saw Bearing in the chat. He's like, why are you divulging all this? What's the benefit? I don't know, because 3 fucking dipshits got arrested and now people are talking about me and saying and theorizing all this shit. If people are going to go out and have their theories and everything else, why don't I just... I'm really more of a put the gun to your own head kind of guy. Like oh God, this is going to be... Like, I'm struggling to read this because... God, it's good. Like, I've been admitting... that I'm a fail, that I've failed. Like, I've been admitting that I failed my children, their children. I mean, some people that support me say, oh, but you got your children out. Yeah, but motherfucker, this one's going to suck. Because I'm about to hear from their children, who I love. I love their kids.
Not enough to not go and fuck their parents and do drugs in their bedroom with them out in the lounge room wondering what's going on with mummy and daddy. Oh, I love their kids. Fuck off, mate.
I know. When did that tweak in your head?
Yeah, now, I mean, as far as doing the cocaine and shit, I mean, the guy says he had 4 lines of cocaine and did some molly. I don't give a fuck about the drugs, to be honest with you. You're an adult. You can do whatever the fuck you want.
It's doing it in the fucking house with the kids.
It's doing it in the house with the kids, and the kids are fucking hungry, and they're
and no one's looking
dirty.
after the kids.
Yeah.
Yeah, like parents, they will arrange for someone to take care of their kids. They'll go on a holiday or something, and then have a little bit of fun, and then we're like, okay, we've had a day of fun, and then we'll come back and we'll be adults who are responsible, who look after our children and not expose them to that shit.
And the worst part is, like, they were on drugs a lot of the time, and I wasn't on drugs near as much, and I didn't dabble near as much. So I was the sober one, especially during the day, who saw this and could have, God fucking damn it.
Yeah, exactly. You saw it and you did fucking nothing. You waited till it blew up, and now you're on your circuit. Now you're on your super chat circuit, and I think you're a fucking cunt. I just think you're a cunt. You're a spineless cunt. You're like a fucking wet sneeze, mate. It's just the epitome of weakness, isn't he? I mean, he got himself into this situation where he's wife swapping, and by the way, I'm not usually one to comment on looks, but fucking shit trade, mate. You know what I mean? And here you are fucking going, oh, I could have done something. Yeah, you could have, and you didn't. So I don't know what I'm trying to say, but pull your fucking head in, mate. I don't like this guy. Anyway, we'll move on because this is really sad.
It's fucking depressing.
This is PPP sort of grilling him about this exact thing.
You're 37 years old, though, right, Aaron? Like, you're a grown-ass man with 3 kids, and you decided to snort coke and open your marriage and let this guy fuck your wife and expose this degenerate to your children, and you never thought maybe I should be the one to report it? Maybe it shouldn't come down to the church pastor or whatever?
Yeah, good point. Good point. And look, if you didn't want to be a snitch, maybe like bail Nick up and his wife and say, listen, if you don't stop this, I will report you.
Yeah.
Wouldn't that be the sensible thing to do? If one of my mates had 5 kids and they were hungry and they were dirty and they had no one looking after them and they were at risk of the fucking cops bashing down their fucking door and cuffing their parents. I mean, that must be traumatic. That's got to be real traumatic. If that was one of my mates, I'd bail him up and say, listen, you've got to fix it, otherwise I've got no choice.
Do you think at that stage he was still clinging on to this thought that he could save his marriage?
I don't know.
That she could get out of there and they could still be a happy marital unit?
I don't know. Who knows what goes through this guy's fucking head? I mean, he's just pathetic. How can you reason with someone like this?
I don't understand how you could ever feel the same after seeing another man insert his dick into your wife.
I know. It's
like, it's all sacred. You're like, you and me and you, like, and then, oh, here comes another dude.
Imagine
shoving his cock in my
Imagine
missus.
even bringing it up. Imagine if I said to you, hey, do you want to, like, have my mate, fuck you?
I can't.
What it'd just be shock horror. It'd be like, what the fuck? Are you? I don't know you anymore. What the fuck?
Just imagine, like, you're sitting in the corner and then your mate's looking at you while he's ploughing your missus. Like,
talking to the mic.
Your mate's like staring at you while you're sitting in the corner while he's fucking your missus, and from behind was like, yeah, this is yours and I'm fucking it. And you're like that. Does that?
I mean, I suppose maybe he thought, well, I'm getting some too. I'm getting to fuck this other strange, But it's just like I said, bad trade, mate. Bad trade.
No, you're right. No, you're 100% right. I did think it. I didn't have the balls to pull the trigger. That pastor.
But you did have the balls to do coke and fuck another man's wife, but not the balls to pick up the phone.
I'm not fighting
and get
you
them
on
help.
Yeah. I'm not fighting you on that. It's a it's something I got to live with. It's a mistake I made. It's shameful. Like, it's the word I keep using is it's shameful. Like, I'm gonna have to work that off. I guess in a spiritual sense for the rest of my life.
Oh, go fuck yourself. I'm going to have to work that off in a spiritual... Fuck off, mate. You're fucking pathetic. And these guys were pretty, they weren't harsh on him. I mean, after
they have to have some level of respect as
yeah, I mean,
guest on
after
your
the
show.
stream ended, after he left, PPP actually said we gave him enough rope to hang himself with, which I think was a good strategy. Obviously, you know, more bees with honey sort of thing.
So you're not buying into this redemption arc at all?
Of Aaron's?
Yeah. Like, I was just going to say after that,
No, I believe it. I believe he's genuine, but I just think he's so pathetic that I don't care.
Right.
PPP's right. He didn't do anything. Now, he didn't have to go and grass on them. He didn't have to be the snitch. He could have done a lot more, though. He could have said, guys, if you don't sort yourselves out, then I'm going to go and do something about it. And that might not be go to the police. That might be I'm going to fucking go tell your parents.
Family.
Yeah, your family or something. Some people might even think that's a cunt act, but I don't think it is. If it was just your mate and his missus getting into drugs and fucking their lives up, I wouldn't do that. I wouldn't threaten to dob them in anywhere. But if I saw a mate doing that, neglecting their children, yeah, I'd have to step in and do something. Not step in and take any sort of role, but just say, hey, listen, I'm not going to fucking stand by and watch this. This is fucked. Anyway, what else have we got? Oh, this just goes to show you the dynamic of the four-way relationship. It just sounds so disheveled and what's the word I'm looking for? Dysfunctional. I mean, not that a four-way relationship's going to be functional.
Yeah, you didn't get red alerts, alarm bells. But then, sorry, I keep putting it back on the chick, but you said that he was the one who initiated
He is the one who initiated.
Yeah.
I mean, like I said, I think the chick started doing lesbian shit, and then he was to his wife, oh, maybe we should fucking swap wives and shit. What do you reckon, honey?
Oh, did he fuck Rekieta?
Did he fuck Rekieta?
Yeah.
He says no.
Oh.
He says no.
There's a lot of illicit substance abuse going on. You never know what you did.
And if there's any sort of personality that would do that, even if he's straight, if there's a personality that would go, oh, okay, if you think it'll be fun, Nick, it's him.
Yeah.
Isn't it? It's him.
And there was 4 in the bed and the little one said, stick it in my asshole.
I've never heard more people reference killing themselves than this group of people when they're high and drama happens.
Really?
Oh my God. April's like, you have no idea when we were getting divorced. I wasn't around the kids anymore, which by the way, she left the kids without saying goodbye, left me to have that conversation. So fuck you and your attitude towards the kids, using it when it's convenient for you, when you're not, but
he's got 3 kids and April is not the mum.
She's not biological.
No, she's the stepmum.
Oh, thank God for that.
And so she left him, didn't say goodbye to the kids and all that, which, I mean, April's just a fucking lost cause. She's just a fucking...
Well, you know what?
She's a throwaway piece of fucking meat. She's so low in my estimation.
That's a win in his situation.
Yeah, but I mean, all of these people are.
She goes, I've asked Nick to kill me so many times. It's well, then you guys all need to go get help because that's fucking insane.
She's asked Nick to kill her. Wow.
Oh, and then Nick does this motion 5 times a day.
Jesus.
Yeah. I wonder if we've got this other one. There's a part where he's talking about how Nick would go spastic and they'd have an argument and he'd start slapping himself and hitting himself and shit.
Fuck, he's really spilling the tea.
No shit. Because remember on stream sometimes Nick would look kind of like he had a bruise or two.
Well, no, but okay.
I didn't watch him in depth, but I would watch I'd watch a lot of Elissa Clips, which great channel by the way, good work, because you know that she's going to get the most fucked up shit sort of thing.
I imagine the next step is are you going to be revealing text messages?
Okay, so this is PPP asking are you going to grass? Are you going to roll over?
Are you going to release the receipts?
Yeah.
On your
to
show or
corroborate
something?
this story because you have said a lot. So, people are going to be pressing you on this, and a lot of these people are legal magicians. So
yeah, no, I do. I have an appointment coming up where all of that will be divulged. I'll give all of that away to the people.
Yeah. You were saying you were going to talk to the police and basically tell them everything you need to tell them.
Oh, yeah. Oh, fuck yeah. I watching how fucking smug he was at his arraignment and watching how fucking smug he is now. I mean, if those kids are going to have any fucking chance, then there needs to be serious consequences.
Okay, so look, I'll give this guy an inch, right? I will say that, yeah, he's going balls to the wall saying, I will fucking say everything. Fuck the consequences. This is it. I admit everything. I'm happy to talk to anyone. I mean, I really don't like him.
Do you think this is also coming from, like, the salt is clearly flowing here?
Yeah.
Do you think this is coming from a place of, oh, fuck you, Nick, you fucked up my life, you've taken my wife, I'm just going to expose you?
Yeah, yeah. And as this stuff's coming out about the kid neglect and all that, he feels guilty as well. So, yeah, what a fucked up situation. So, anyway, all this shit's going on. This guy's out here just fucking blabbermouthing everything, which is, I mean, you know, it's a dumb fucking move on his part, I suppose, because remember, he could be criminally culpable for some of this shit too. We don't know that yet.
Yeah.
Like I keep saying, I'm no lawyer. I don't claim to be some legal expert, but I mean, you're talking about doing, you know, illegal shit, and this is Nick with 27 grams of cocaine in his house, and you were a party to it. And
He's definitely painting himself as the
martyr.
The martyr or the saint of the group.
He is, yeah. So he's out there just chatterboxing. He's just fucking, he's letting it all slip. And in the background, so Nick's been arrested a week ago. He's bailed himself out. Like I said, he's been radio silent, so he hasn't done a stream or anything. I mean, the day that he got out, he did a locals update, like just a text thing, saying, I'll do a stream later on today, guys.
Yeah, I said to you, there's no fucking way he does that.
Yeah, and
like,
he
you're
didn't.
a lawyer, mate. You understand how these things work. You're in that much trouble, you shut the fuck
Well,
up.
you'd think so, wouldn't you? Because he's been making locals posts and shit that are pretty vague sort of thing. But then I saw this thing this morning from another, law tube guy. I can't remember his name. I'll find it and put it on screen. And this is him doing a live stream, and he's obviously part of some LawTube private DM group.
Okay.
Anyway, just watch this.
And the worst thing too is, and I'm going to tell you this because, guys, we'll talk about this after this, and I'm not going to dox the DMs, but I'm going to tell you something that I know right now for a fact because I'm actually just looking at it right now. Nick is flipping out right now in private, and he is. I'm watching some DMs right now. He's going fucking nuts. Nick is going nuts, and I would expect that Nick may make some statements which you probably shouldn't make.
Yeah, no shit. He should be completely radio silent. No tweets. I mean, for self-preservation. I mean, he's a lawyer, for God's sake. So he's in a private DM group with other lawyers.
Yeah.
Just obviously saying shit that he shouldn't be saying. I don't know what it is, but I mean, it's obviously enough for this guy to go, fucking shut up, Nick.
And they go live. But he is, I'm watching him right now live as we're speaking. I'm poking my eye over. He's going fucking crazy. And I'm also watching Nick behind the scenes right now, coping, attacking, saying that I'm going to paraphrase because I'm not going to dox the DM, but Nick is essentially saying right now, everything is bullshit. I know who reported it. They have specific animus towards me.
Right, so Nick's story, according to this guy, is this is all bullshit, and the guy who reported it just doesn't like me. I mean, that doesn't account for the cocaine they found. That doesn't account for the fact that we've seen him physically deteriorate in the last year. He's saying whoever reported it's got a vendetta against him. But yeah, it doesn't explain a bunch of other shit, like the actual drugs. You know, the fact that the kids are now taken out of the house, they're living with relatives, that sort of thing. Doesn't explain all that.
Just clarify this for me. He's saying like all these charges are trumped up, like they're bullshit. Like
I don't know exactly what he's saying is bullshit, but he's saying it's bullshit
and
according
that the
to this
cops
fella.
are in on this, and
I don't know. I don't know the specifics of what exactly he's saying is bullshit, but I've just heard what you've heard, so. Hi, Editing Bearing here. I was watching another live stream from this legal mindset dude yesterday, and he had this to say about Aaron Imholte. I found this interesting.
The reporting party was Kevin Scott Mellon, right, related with the church, the mandatory reporter. The suspect was Nicholas Robert Rekieta. Obviously, you got Kayla Christine Rekieta, also a suspect. Mentioned is Aaron Michael Imholte and April Diane Imholte. So they're in here. Now, real quick, I want to mention this. I'm going to mention this a couple times. Aaron Imholte, apparently, Aaron Imholte heard my last podcast. Apparently he's a fan, which is great. I like it that he's listening. So he said, Aaron Imholte said that he is going to cut back on his podcast tour. Now, I don't know whether that's because he's already gone on every podcast there is to go on, right? So there's not really cutting back when he's gone on every podcast, or because he's actually listening, or because he's spoken to an attorney. I don't know, but it's a good idea to shut up. But also, I would encourage him to go further than that, Aaron, because I think you probably are listening, Aaron, and you probably should not be talking about this case on your channel, because I have news that was leaked to me, and this is something that is anonymous. I'm not going to say who leaked this, but this is reliable information that was leaked to me, that there are now recently people that have submitted information to the sheriff's office that could lead to the investigation of Aaron Imholte for potential criminal charges. So once again, let me say this one more time. There is, according to what I have been told anonymously, people have leaked information to the sheriff's office that could lead to the potential arrest or charges against Aaron Imholte and potentially April Imholte as well. So if I were him, I would shut up. Now, Aaron has said, oh, I have a lawyer. Oh, I spoke to the police and the police said they're not going to charge me. Aaron, I hope you had an attorney, and I hope you told that to your attorney, because your attorney's going to tell you you're crazy. Unless you have that in writing signed by the prosecutor, unless you've got all the proof in the world, and even then I wouldn't trust it. I would shut up. That's my advice to Nick, and that's my advice to you as well. I would really not talk about this case, both on your podcast and on anybody else's. I would just cut it there, man.
Yeah, so it looks like Aaron Imholte might be facing a few questions from the cops. And from what this dude said live on the internet, he's kind of got no wiggle room in his story. He's sort of said everything. So I hope that goes well. Good luck, Aaron. All the best, buddy, you fucking weasel. Anyway, let's wrap this video up. Anyway, this is sorted. And
this
and
whole
look,
thing's not good.
yeah, and look, we'll probably release this video. We're recording this on Wednesday in Australia, so Tuesday in America. We'll probably have this released like Friday morning here. By the time it's monetized and it's edited and it's fucking all this and that. And shit's gonna happen. So this will probably be out of date by the time we release it then too. But like I said, I thought we better make an update because it's big news. So that's where we're at this point in time. Like I said, by the time we release this, there's probably going to be more. And I mean, I don't want to become the what's going on with Nick Rekieta channel. I'm not going to keep doing videos on this, but as I said, I saw that stream last week and thought, this is fucked. I've got to do a video about this because this is, at the time, too sort of entertaining and...
No, I know what you mean. It's kind of like historical YouTube lore now. It's like the Chris Chan files,
But then all this other shit's come out and it was like I released that video and then, a mere 4 hours later he got arrested and all this shit's happened. So I felt I had to do an update. I mean, I might do another one in the future, or, if shit gets so crazy, it's got to be talked about.
It's the drama machine, and it needs to be fed, Yeah.
I mean, if you want Nick Rekieta news, go to one of these law channels, or, Jeremy's doing a pretty good job covering it. He had lawyers on his channel and shit today. And, I'm sure we'll talk about it on the TISM podcast or something, but...
What a head fuck.
Yeah, it's fucked, isn't it? So anyway, sorry to drag you through this, but you were in the last one, so I thought, well, you're gonna have to sit through this one too. I wasn't even that keen to make this one. It's sort of a drag of a subject. I'd rather be laughing my tits off at something.
It's very depressing.
Yeah. Anyway, all right. Well, thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next one. It'll be a bit happier, a bit more jovial, and see you later.
See ya.
Put your balls into the ring. He's gonna dip his